Greetings, young men. This is Principal Kafele. I'm sitting here in my Muskegon, Michigan hotel room. Just finished a 7-hour day, 6-hour presentation, 1 hour for lunch with staff of the Muskegon Heights School District in Muskegon Heights, Michigan, after only 2 hours sleep. After driving 5 hours from Chicago to Michigan because I couldn't get a flight. So despite the fact I couldn't get a flight, I wasn't going to be stopped. I went on and got me a rental car and drove the 5 hours, got to bed at 4 o'clock this morning, got up at 6 and brought the best me to my presentation today at Muskegon Heights High School. But here I am now. I've got a message for you. And my message for you this afternoon is hold your teacher accountable. Once again, hold your teacher accountable, or your teachers accountable for your success. What do I mean by that? I mean, between the hours of whatever your school hours are, 8 to 3, your teacher is probably the most important person in your life during those hours. Because that person, your teacher, is the one that's in that classroom with you imparting information. That's your teacher. So I'm saying to you, don't sit in that classroom and not hold your teacher accountable as your teacher is holding you accountable. Your teacher is holding you accountable to learn. Your teacher is holding you accountable to learn at the highest possible levels. Your teacher is holding you accountable to be, I hope, on the honor roll and to graduate with honors. But I'm saying to you, you've got to reciprocate it. That means give it back. That means you got to hold your teacher accountable for ensuring that you are being challenged. Hold your teacher accountable to ensure that you are being challenged to the utmost to achieve at the highest possible levels. See, if you're not being challenged, then you can't grow. If you're not being challenged, then you can't perform at the highest levels. If you're not being challenged, then your brain is not being stretched. So I'm saying that you got to hold your teacher accountable for ensuring that your brain is stretched and that you are maximizing your potential. How dare you sit in a classroom and not be challenged to the fullest? How dare you sit in a classroom and you accept average and mediocrity? Nah. If you find that what you're receiving is average, what you're receiving is mediocre, then you got to go to your teacher and say, teacher, challenge me. Teacher, hold me accountable. Teacher, take me to a higher level. Teacher, take me to the highest of heights. See, although that requires more work, harder work, that's okay. You can handle it. Don't accept if you're in a situation where you're not being challenged and therefore you're having fun because you're not being challenged. Don't accept that of yourself. You go to that teacher and you tell your teacher, nah, teacher, take me to a higher level. Challenge me so that my brain has to work that much harder. Challenge me so that I have to work that much harder to understand, to master what it is that you're giving me. But hold your teacher accountable for challenging you. Because if that accountability is not there, and you happen to have a teacher who is not holding you accountable to the highest standards, who does not have high expectations for your learning, and I hope that's not the case, but if it is, then you got to step up. You've got to say something. Because if you don't say anything, then you are being bypassed by your competition. Your competition is passing you by because you are not being held accountable, because you are not holding your teacher accountable. That accountability has to be there on both ends. So, young man, don't accept average. Don't accept mediocrity. Make sure that you are being pushed and challenged to and beyond your limits so that by the end of every day you are intellectually fatigued. Your brain is tired because your teacher worked you that hard. That's how we become successful. Accountability. Let's make sure it's taking place. I'm Principal Kafele. Thanks for listening. Peace.